Apologies for the internet issues to start this game. BC Rugby Men's Premiership, Cappilano RFC here in Colwood, British Columbia, facing off against the Westshore Rugby Club Men's Premier Valhallians.
We had an exciting start there, lots of kicks, some field advantage being seen by both teams. We are now outside of Westshore's 22 for a Cappilano lineout.
Ball goes over there. Cappilano able to gather. Big tackle from Matt Evans on that last one. Admir Sajanovic now. Cappilano, short side. McDonald carries.
Big hits in the center. They're looking for a forward-heavy game so far. Attempted jackal is no good.
So Cappilano will now go back to the lineout, same side from when you joined us.
Jansen on the... He's already shown it, slotting it about 10 meters outside West Shore's try line. The ball is away, bobbling in a car park. Ref has stopped it. Time is off.
Ball back in play here for Cappilano. Bossy on the throw-in. They go to the middle, tried to set up the maul. Big sack from the captain, Kane Parrott there.
Great defensive stick.
Hickey carries. Tackled by Sajanovic and Nidarongu. Now Shagan. Shagan goes in. Nelson Oyu trying to steal, does not get it. Jansen, the 10, gives out to Kingi. Now back to Wiedner.
Shedding off that first tackle. The ruck is electric so far in this match.
Jansen tries to give it out, just carries himself, gets about 3-4 meters on that one. Cappilano heavy into West Shore's half early in this game.
Ooh,
big tackle from Jeff Aluch.
Shutting down Cappilano's attack.
Stays short side. Wise goes in, the fullback for Cappilano. And a penalty to West Shore.
For through,
not
releasing.
Not releasing is the call. So West Shore will get their first chance with ball in the hand here. Reese James, the Canadian national, will go to the corner.
Getting it to about their 40, relieving some pressure, allowing them to actually play an attack instead of just being stuck inside their 22. West Shore looking for a quick line.
Nidarongu will maintain control for the Valhallians. Taylor McGuire now the 10. That line speed from Cappilano was too quick for him, so he just has to go in himself. Now Parrott, the captain, gives inside to Kingham. Kingham gets through, does get away.
Shedding tackles. James on the inside for support. Does he have the speed?
James is
Can
going.
He go? He's going for the corner.
He's going for the corner. He's being chased by Wise.
Pinning his ears back. He makes it in, and he casually puts it down.
So Reese James will open up the scoring for the Valhallians. Congratulations if you chose him to score the opening try in the Men's Premier Players Auction.
First try of the game. It is far out. Looks like He is about 5 meters away from the sideline there. Anybody to make. Let's see if he backs himself.
Great work from the Valhallians to absorb that early pressure from Cappilano and turn the ball the other way. James will miss his kick, but Westshore will have 5 on the board early in the game.
Westshore already looking set up, ready to receive, ready to return, and keep this momentum going. Cappilano setting their forwards up right.
Kick goes deep. Stojanovic is there to gather. He's just going to rumble himself.
Sheds one.
Oh, my God. Big collisions early in this match here. Now the other way, Johnstone O'Lindy spots a gap. Tries to give to Gibson, but it goes the other way. The big Yurkowski, the lock for Cappilano. Able to pick that pass off. Now going the other way. Shagan, Matt Evans tries to just chop him. Now at the backs have some space. Waddle. The outside winger, the ball goes the other way. McGuire picks it up. McGuire spots a gap. He's gone. Couple guys chasing him down. Does he have the legs for it? He is going to get in. Westshore, 2 early tries here. Small mistakes from Cappilano. Westshore has capitalized on, and it's 10-0 with just under 10 minutes gone.
A much easier kick here. James stepping up again to slot this. He had the power from out wide. Very likely he'll be able to make this kick. Walking up, he's about 15 meters out, confident in his abilities.
Westshore men's team missing some key players. Thomas Isherwood off to sevens training for the men's national team.
Convert is good, lengthening Westshore's lead 12-0.
Kyle Tremblay, of course, playing with the national 15 side. They just played Georgia this morning. The match didn't quite go their way on the scoreboard, but there was some good play from both teams out there. Awesome to see all these internationals playing in the BC Men's Premiership. This has just raised the competition for everybody. If you look at the score table this morning for this league, there were about 5 or 6 teams within 2 or 3 points of each other.
The ball goes out. It looked like it may have been kick 10 and then bounced back, recovered by Cappilano, who slid out, giving a Westshore line out at the half.
Matt Evans, the longtime veteran of this rugby club, starting today, will have the throw-in for the men in blue. Nitarangu, stolen away by Wiedner. So Cappilano ball off a Westshore line out. Cappilano will go in now. Now to Jansen. Jansen gives out the back to Leskew.
Leskew stripped of the ball, recovered by Cappilano.
Wise is able to maintain control. Jansen again gives inside to Hickey. Hickey, big tackle from Oyu there. Now Wiedner. Stojanovic is there, tries to rip the ball, no success. Now Bossy. Abu El Naj and Parrott on the tackle, both props in there. Jansen gives inside. Fast pace of play here from the men's sides. Nidarongu on the steal, and Westshore will turn over the ball. Gibson will go to Kingham. Kingham tries to break through, and it's going to be a penalty against Kingham, just putting the arm out there into the face of his opposition player.
A stiff arm is only allowed to the face if the elbow is locked. If your arm is coming out and it hits the face while your elbow is still bent, I believe it's classified as striking and thus a penalty. Just don't close your fist, otherwise you'll get a card.
Jansen kicking to the corner for Cappilano, trying to set up a decent position for the men in yellow.
Westshore showing they can already match on defense. They had that sack in this position earlier. Let's see if they can repeat the same thing. Bossy with the throw-in.
To the middle, Wiedner tries to set up the maul, and it's stripped down. Great line-out defense from Westshore. Now a pick and go. Sajanovic is there to counter. Another one. 5 meters out is Cappilano from the Westshore try line. Driven back by Abu Al-Naj. He powers through those tackles. Gets driven back by Met Evans. Now going the other way is Cappilano. And now they go to the backs. Kingy tries to sneak through, gets stopped by Aluchin James. Now switching direction to the forwards. Big tackle from the captain, Kane Parrott, able to stop that one in its tracks. Cappilano backs look like they're going the other way.
Ref's arm is up. Offside penalty advantage to Cappilano.
Nidarongu was in that ruck. Steal is good, he says, but no, the advantage is for Cappilano on an offside. Just a little eager on that goal line defense from Westshore.
Cappilano super eager to keep it under the post, going back and forth every couple of meters to avoid trying to play out and score on the corners. They want that easy try for the easy convert. Setting up a scrum here. Cappilano's ball on Westshore's 5. Both sizable packs, some experience on both sides. I am excited to see how this goes.
Westshore missing their other Canadian lock, Caden DeGood, to an unfortunate injury, so Joe Kingham will step into that position alongside the new recruit Carl Hunger out of Montreal. Westshore's just got powerful players everywhere on this park. That scrum just falls apart, and Cappilano off the scrum will get in for their first try of the game. I believe that was Bossy who got in.
Great effort there from Cappilano to just get the ball out of that collapsing scrum and capitalize off of it. If it had stayed even a half second longer, it might not have gone that way.
Jansen, the fly half for Cappilano, taking the kick here for the men in yellow. Tight contest so far. 16 minutes gone. Both teams looking fast, looking powerful, looking ready to play some rugby. And that is an easy convert for Jansen.
Bringing the score to 12-7, Westshore's favor.
That was Tuigli, the Cappilano 8 who scored that try, excuse me.
Great effort from both sides. Honestly, props to Cappilano for making that trip from Vancouver and showing up with a boatload of energy. That travel is not easy, and Cappilano seems to have beaten the fatigue. Deep kick.
Jansen will just put it up to relieve some pressure. Sajanovic getting caught on the wire there, trying to play a quick ball.
We're looking at a line out just outside the half in Westshore's favor. Going quick.
Carl Hunger. Westshore sets up the maul slowly, trying to make sure it's set properly. Sajanovic at the back, steering it properly. He's got the ball.
Heads up. He's looking for an opportunity here. As long as Westshore can stay in bounds, they've got an opportunity.
McGuire goes outside to a Luch, and the Cappilano player kicks it. Gibson on the recovery. And Cappilano will drive the scrum half, Peyton Gibson, into touch. So they will end up with a line out inside Westshore's half. Defensive pressure from Cappilano. Extreme here today.
Cappilano's lineout is quite strong. They do have a height advantage just amongst all their players.
Cappilano goes to the front. Carl Hunger disrupt. Kingham gives outside to Sajanovic. Just runs it through. Kingham again to James. James on a quick line, trying to break through. Gets through a couple tackles. Finally gets brought down. Back the other way. Dara Carroll. The blindside flanker goes in for his first hit up of the game. Now Parrott. Parrott just throwing guys off of him. The support is there. Nitarangu calling for it. Tries to give the offload to Sajanovic. He does.
The whistle is blown.
Penalty against Westshore. Some argy-bargy going on. Looks like Cappilano was unhappy with the clear out from McGuire.
That ruck has been contentious this whole match. From the sides, not through the gates, on the Westshore supporter, turns the ball in Cappilano's favor.
19 minutes gone in this first half of BC Men's Premiership Rugby action at Westshore Parks and Recreation.
Ball is not out of bounds. It is still live.
Johnstone Olindi, the Kenyan international, goes in. Tried to find some space. So now McGuire will just go to the air. Wise slips on it.
There's a sniper in the bushes. You best be careful, folks.
Bit of rainfall this morning here in Colwood, British Columbia, has made the field a little slick. Luckily, neither of these teams have to play in full wet weather conditions.
The ref slowing the line out down. It looked like Bossy was looking for a quick one, but the ref is allowing a full setup here. Time is off. Having a chat with the players, probably about etiquette around the line out. Either you're in or you're out. You can't be halfway in between.
So Carroll will jump in to match the numbers. Carl Hunger is ready to go in the front position. Nitarangu gets up and disrupts, but Cappilano is able to maintain control. And another knock on by Cappilano in the ruck by the scrum half horn.
That ruck, I am calling it now, will be the deciding factor of today's match. Both teams have a strong counter ruck. They've got a strong jackling capability. But we've seen some argy-bargy, like you mentioned. We've seen some penalties around it.
Great opening match this morning, Zephyr, with the Westshore Valkyries women's team going up against a tough UBC side. Westshore didn't come away with the win, but definitely some positives in that second half.
That second half was great to watch. They really stepped up their game. They woke back up, brought it back to UBC. But unfortunately, UBC just had too much of a lead from that first half. Another penalty. Dominant Cappilano scrum marches over Westshore. A quick update from our mental squad who are up playing Comox. The Comox kickers, they have taken away a 17-12 win. A tight match up island for the Division 1 squad.
Congratulations to the Westshore Division 1 men on their win up in Comox. That is going to be a fun bus ride back home. But there's still rugby to be played here at Westshore Parks and Recreation.
Another Cappilano lineout just outside Westshore's try line. We've seen it before. We've seen the maul attempt. Likely to see it again.
To the middle, Wiedner gathers easily.
Sack is on.
Nitarangu is on the man with the ball right away. Ball spills out. Horn is able to maintain control. Tries to dart through. Nitarangu again on the tackle. Cappilano goes the other way on the pick and go.
Westshore responding.
Now to Igley. Brought down by his opposition number 8. And Bossy will just take it in. Cappilano relying heavily on the forward pick and go in this game. Advantage to Cappilano.
Another offside penalty advantage.
Jansen tries to just kick it through. Kingy does gather it and gets the ball down.
They had the advantage. They had the penalty. They took the opportunity, try something cheeky, and they were rewarded for it.
So 12-12 the score here with the kick to come right in front of the post. Cappilano striking back after Westshore had a couple fun breakaway tries.
Just it goes to show how your discipline really impacts the game here. Westshore had it. They were going back and forth. And honestly, just about 2 penalties is all it took to allow Cappilano the position to score. Jansen on the kick, trying to make it 2 for 2 today. And it's slotted, bringing the score.
14-12 for Cappilano takes the lead against the Valhallians. 21 minutes gone in this game. Westshore surely wants to get that one back. They looked like they were heavy on the attack and just let their foot off the gas a little bit.
Another great opportunity. Ball's coming in, a little bit of chatter, maybe a decision on where they're going to kick. Westshore's got their forwards left. Ball is fumbled.
Kurkowski tries to pick it up, no problem. It goes backwards. McDonald with the big carry. Now Tuigli goes in. Doesn't get held, so he gets another few meters on that one. Nitarangu tries to get the steal, but no luck on there. Now Wiedner. Nelson Oyu tries to get it, but no, says the referee. So now Cappilano goes the other way. Big hit from Nitarangu. Shagan gets put on his backside.
Charge down the box kick.
Hunger.
Great
Kane
work
Parrott
from that
tries
lock.
to get it.
And the whistle is blown.
And it'll be advantage to Westshore. Kane Parrott, the captain, slow to get up there. Looks like he just fell a little awkwardly trying to kick that ball. But he is okay. Reese James will collect the ball, maybe looking to go to the corner. Yes, he does. So Westshore will set up an attacking line out 7 meters out from the Cappilano line, trying to regain that lead. This is going to be a back-and-forth game all day.
Cappilano strong with their line out. We've seen them already steal a Westshore ball. Time is off. The ball was away. And we're back.
Carl Hunger in the front. Brian Nitarangu in the middle. They will go to the middle and set up the maul.
It is
This
sacked.
time it goes the other way. Advantage to Westshore, though.
They've got the opportunity. They can try something cheeky here.
Reese James gives quick ball to Jeff Alouche. Jeff Alouche trying to break through. Gibson goes himself, just darts. The scrum half almost gets all the way. Found a little gap at the A channel there. Now Sejanovic.
And we're going back to the penalty advantage.
Looked
Nothing
like it was
coming there.
a knock on.
I think it was playing the man in the air here for the penalty. You are allowed to sack that maul, but it has to be immediate when that player comes down to the ground. You can't let that maul set and develop, and you cannot pull that man down from the air.
So Westshore will get another attempt at this attacking line out. To the middle again, Nitarangu. They go to set up the maul. This time the penalty goes the other way for crossing.
In the air?
I'm not sure how that one makes sense, but Cappilano clearly had a game plan for that maul, and it worked out well for them. So Cappilano looking to relieve some pressure. Goes to the side.
Jansen trying his hardest to take out the live stream. There is a man down. I believe that is time off. We have a potentially injured player in Cappilano's end zone.
Good opportunity to say thank you again to some of our Westshore Rugby Club sponsors. Shuck Taylor's downtown, great spot for po' boys. M2 Graphics if you're looking to get your car wrap, Budget Blinds, Harbor City Kitchens, NZ Builders, all these local businesses allowing us to do what we love to do and support the growth of rugby in the Westshore communities. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors.
Time is back. We have a Cappilano line out just outside their 22.
Cappilano goes to the middle. Quick line out. Gets outside to Jansen. Rumble from the centers. Kingy gets away. Gets chased down by James and Gibson. Quick ruck from Cappilano. Jansen goes to the air.
Stays in, collected by Westshore.
Oh, Lindy was able to get that ball before Cappilano regathered. Messy ruck on the far side. Gibson gives out to Nitarangu, who just carries. Westshore looking to reset here inside their half. Kingham set up in the receiver position. Looks like he was going to go out the back, but no, he just carries himself. Parrott on his hip. Gibson darts. Big clear out from the Westshore men there. And Hunger will pick and go down the short side, stopped by Hickey. Now McGuire looking to put some space out the back. Wise is there, gathers that one. Goes to Jansen. Jansen steps, gives outside to Kingy. Kingy is stopped in his tracks by OU. OU again. OU again.
3 tackles. Great work from OU there. Time is off. Whistle's blown. An unfortunate knock-on in that collision. Tackled so hard, you just knocked the ball out of his hands.
Carl Hunger was in that ruck. Got the steal. It was clean. But one of those tackles by Nelson Oyu resulted in a bit of a knock-on. So we will have a Cappilano scrum right here in front of the live stream tower. There is a player down for Westshore on the far side. Looks like Reese James. That would be an unfortunate loss for the Valhallians backline.
Reese back to his feet, testing out those ankles. Seeing if he needs a new one. Pop down to the butcher shop. They'll swap you out.
Looks like it was just a bit of a niggle in his calf. He's okay. He's back to it.
Time is on. Ref is setting up the scrum here for Cappilano.
Alex Mentaply has come into the game on the wing, wearing the number 23 jersey on the far side. Keep an eye out for him running down the wing. He is lightning.
Lots of fighting here in that front row. And we're down.
And that scrum will just go down. We'll go to a reset, no penalty.
So much power from both sides. It's hard to contain. You can see it from our position here. Just the props fighting for their bind position, arguing with each other. Moving the scrum a couple meters to the side just to preserve the turf. With that much weight and force, you can shred the grass really easy.
10 minutes to go to the half here. Cappilano up 14-12 in a tight men's premiership contest. Horn will feed.
Great
Stable
stability.
scrum now.
Playing it out back. Unfortunate. And another knock.
And we will go back to the scrum. That strike play from the Cappilano backs just does not quite go to plan. All 16 forwards on the field saying thank you for dropping that ball.
Let's have another one. Great stability in that last scrum. Hoping to see that again. Honestly, that is just a win. Going forward, going backwards, does not matter. As long as you create a platform for the rest of your team to attack from.
And a penalty right away for Cappilano. Looks like it was against the front row there. Not quite sure what happened, but nonetheless, Cappilano will have an opportunity to go to the line out inside Westshore's half.
Just outside Westshore's 22, Cappilano looking to set up their line out.
Cappilano tries to go to the back, but it gets stolen by Sejanovic, who tries to feed it to McGuire. Reese James is there to pick it up. McGuire looking to go back, set up for that kick. Gibson will just give a short ball to Abu Anaj. Now he goes to McGuire. McGuire just goes to the touch line.
Makes it out on the full. And another whistle.
And a penalty for Westshore.
Offside from Cappilano.
Late whistle from the official. Westshore's not going to complain about that one. So now they will have an opportunity to get back into the middle of the field and set up some attacking phases. AR standing perfectly in position where the ball was going to go out. He knew it before it was going to happen. So we will have a Westshore line out on the 10-meter mark.
Cappilano up in the air
and
early.
A half arm from the official. Quick tap and go from Edmir Sejanovic, but no, it was not on the mark. He goes again, just going to rumble himself. Big collision there. Kane Parrott set up, gives out the back to McGuire. McGuire gives a short ball. Lescue for Cappilano comes away with it, gives a little chip through. Jeff Luch is there to recover. And we'll have a goal line dropout. Unfortunate little mistake from the 10. Taylor McGuire sets up an almost try for Cappilano.
It did look like Lescue had the gas to go, but instead choosing a kick, just didn't quite back himself, I guess.
So McGuire now on the boot. Goes to the far side, and Waddle will end up with it and just run it himself, running at a couple big men. Now Bossy gives out the back to Jansen. Jansen trying to dance through. Gives it back inside. Now Jansen again. Grubber through. Ends up in the hands of Abu Al-Naj for Westshore. Cappilano calling some players over. There was some space over there, but not soon enough. Kane Parrott gets taken down right away as soon as he gets that ball. Now we will go the other way. Nidorangu, no one with him, gives to McGuire. McGuire not sure what to do, dance around. Elects to go into contact.
Westshore retains possession. Looking to carry.
Sajanovic, the 8-man, is set up for the kick and does go back. But Cappilano able to keep the ball inside with a tricky little play. Wise just throws himself into contact, flying through the air.
That ruck is argy-bargy.
And Westshore will come away with the steal in that ruck. Kingham on the short ball goes in. Now Hunger. Hunger, good little rumble, gets gain line, then some.
Rolls to keep possession.
Same way, Lindy.
He's locked up, though, before he can make the pass.
Westshore's strength is their speed, and Cappilano is able to shut down some of that speed today.
Ooh.
Gibson, oh no. But they will get the penalty. Gibson bobbles the ball. What would have ended up being a knock-on is a penalty against Cappilano.
I think it was hands in the ruck. It looked like that downed player was just trying to slow Westshore down there and knock that ball out of Gibson's hands.
So Reese James with his boot will put Westshore just near the halfway mark with a attacking lineout. Past few phases have been just in this midfield. Not a lot of action inside the 22s. Westshore mauls it.
That quick lineout is working for them. Cappilano's defensive lineout is strong, so you don't want to give them time to set up.
Kane Parrott able to get it out. Sajanovic runs it in. Has support with him. Now Gibson gives to James. James just trying to run through, doesn't find the gap. So we will stay going the same way. McGuire off a bounce pass, bolts it through. Lindy is away with Wise. Wise just misses it. Jansen.
Jansen of a fumble.
Gets it down right before Lindy does. So we're going to have a goal line dropout for Cappilano.
Great effort there from both players. Could have gone either way.
Lindy finally getting to use some of that speed he has. Almost gets away with a try for Westshore. Now the ball is up. Peyton Gibson ends up with it. Goes to Sajanovic. Sajanovic doesn't even look to pass. He just wants to run.
Tuck that ball and go.
Cappilano comes up with the steal and the penalty. Sajanovic just didn't look like he had the support on that run. Arguing with the referee.
Unfortunate turn of events there for Westshore. They had the ball. They had the carry. They just lost it in that turnover.
Just under a minute until the halfway mark. So Cappilano is going to go to the line out. They will tap it out, and I guess that is halftime. Live stream just a minute behind.
Due to some internet connectivity issues in the beginning there.
So halftime at Westshore Parks and Recreation. Cappilano on top, 14-12. 2 tries apiece here. And the teams will gather.
An exciting match from both sides. Some great kicks, some great set piece, awesome individual efforts. Let's see if the energy maintains through this half to see who comes out excited for the second half.
Second half action here at Westshore Parks and Recreation about to kick off. Cappilano just in the lead by 2 points. Tight contest so far. What are the keys of the game here for Westshore's effort to secure a win?
For Westshore here to edge out a win, I think they just need to be a bit more confident in their game plan. They've shown strategy, they've shown that they've got a good set piece strategy, and maintaining that within their discipline, avoiding those silly little offsides or hands in the ruck call will be vital for their plan. Cappilano already set up, looking to kick off. Westshore getting ready to meet them on this reception. Both teams eager here to maintain some of that strength and energy they had in that first half. These first few phases of play will set the precedent for this second half, and it might even determine the dominating team.
No substitutions for the Valhallians to start this second half. Lindy will gather and go for the kick and just get it out of bounds. So we'll start the second half with a Cappilano lineout
at Westshore's 40-meter. Some good recognition from an experienced player there that if you just don't have the opportunity or if it's a bad reception, get it off the park, reset, have another go.
Cappilano goes to the middle, able to hold on to it, and we've got a advantage to Cappilano playing the man in the air off the lineout. Jansen goes for the quick kick, and it does get recovered by Kingy. Kingy gives to Tuigli. Quick play from Cappilano, and they get the try.
Maybe not. The ref is blowing
no
his
try,
whistle.
he says held up. Great work by the Valhallians to avoid that try. We will go back for the Cappilano penalty off the lineout. That was a dangerous phase of play for Westshore.
An interesting decision from the ref, considering the advantage was gained. They made almost 40 meters. As a matter of fact, I think they made exactly 40 meters from the 40 to be held up in the try zone. Basic maths.
So Cappilano unhappy to not come away from that phase of play with 5 points. So instead, they will go to the line out a little closer to the try line to try again.
Ball is away. Captain Kane Parrott is chatting with the ref.
Cappilano with 6 and the open side flanker in the scrum half position, likely setting up for a maul here.
We've seen Westshore able to sack and defend that maul effectively. Here's hoping they can do it again.
They go to the front, and Carl Hunger disrupt Gibson. Almost gets dragged out, but Matt Evans is able to maintain control of the ball. So Westshore steals that line out away, and now Kingham will go in for the contact. McGuire set up in the fullback position for the kick. And he just drops it. Oh, no.
That is a tough position to make a mistake like that. Given Cappilano scrum 5 meters out. Cappilano with a strong, capable forward pack. They're probably eager to keep that ball in, maybe even see if they can scrum over for a try. probe Westshore's pack. Test the waters early in the second half.
Oh, and an early penalty for Westshore against the front row, pulling the man down, he says. So what looked like a cheeky little short side set piece play by Cappilano is going to end up being a line out for Westshore, and they get out of danger.
Ball is sailing.
Big kick from Reese James there. From the 5 meter all the way to the halfway mark. Great work from the Canadian national to get his team out of trouble. Parrott yelling at Cappilano for numbers.
Tensions are rising. You can hear it amongst the players as they're yelling at each other, trying to get a word in edgewise.
Nitarangu in the middle. Now Gibson gives to McGuire. McGuire throws a short pass to Luch, able to recover it, and he just goes in for contact. Forwards rolling around. Ooh. Kingham gives an inside ball to Sejanovic, who just gets smacked by Cappilano, and he's going to turn the ball over.
The ref is stopping it. No advantage coming. That ball is stuck in that ruck. We are going to go to a Cappilano scrum.
That looked like a great little play from the Valhallians, but unfortunately the ball just spills out the wrong way for them. The second half definitely has slowed down from the first 20 minutes. We saw just fast-paced play, and now we are in scrum and line-out territory as the players get a little tired into this second half.
I do also think that both sides' game drivers recognize how tight of a match it is and that you just need to be able to build a bit of advantage and momentum before you can really break away. Trying something too risky or, too show-offy will just not go your way.
Jensen gives a short ball. Jeff Luch, a ginormous tackle on his opposition 13. And Westshore will end up with the ball there. Talk about momentum. I think Westshore just found it. But
the
they
ref says
lose
no
it.
way. Going back the other direction. A call in from the AR for a dangerous tackle. Yes, it was a dump tackle. I do believe Jeff showed control in that contact. I think the ref believed it until the AR decided to let him know that was not it.
So the ball will go to the sideline near Westshore's goal line. And we are going to end up with a Cappilano line out about 10 meters out here.
Back to where we were about 6 minutes ago. Cappilano's 7, slotting in at 9. Expect that maul, the tried and true.
Cappilano to the middle. Sets up the maul this time. Nitarangu is right on the ball, though. And Bossy is able to get away from him and get in. But
a knock-on call.
Cappilano trying to play a little strike play, just ends up in a knock-on. So we'll go back to the scrum here, and we are going to have a Westshore substitution. Foster Dewitt, the veteran of the Westshore Rugby Club, gone off to play for Canada, has played in the MLR for a number of seasons, back today in the front row.
We got time off for a potential injury. Carl Hunger is back, though.
Time back on signals the referee. So we will have a scrum here for Westshore inside their 22. Foster Dewitt on the field. Excited to see what kind of impact he can make today.
He is an old school player if I've ever seen one. Big loud call from the pack. You can hear the tension. AR's chiming in.
Referee asking for a second opinion. He is just going to reset the scrum.
I think they're conscious about that pulling down, you know, the little bit of the dark arts from the front row, that extra wiggle and niggle that you can see between props. Just keeping a mindful eye on it.
Big hit from both sides of the scrum there. Gibson gives the feed, and Westshore ends up with the penalty.
They popped Cappilano's front row up. They just isolated Bossy. They knocked him out of the scrum. They're rewarded.
Foster Dewitt immediately makes that impact we talked about. Great work from the Valhallians to put Cappilano under pressure in the scrum. James will now go to set up the line out.
Another great kick from him. You can really tell when you're kicking for a field advantage if it looks like it might not be going out and then sneaks on out. You just gain those extra few meters. A wonderful kicking position.
Cappilano upset that Westshore is not letting them know how many men in the line out.
It's been a 7-man line out since minute 1, I believe.
Now Foster Dewitt will go to the throw-in. Nitarangu is up. Disrupted by Cappilano, and they do end up with the ball, but we have an advantage to Westshore, a knock-on by the men in yellow.
Great effort on the attempt to steal. You just bobble it, though. You get in the way. Give Westshore a scrum.
Scrum, line out, scrum, line out, scrum, scrum, line out here in the second half of play.
Bossy chatting with the ref. Tensions are rising. You can hear it in the scrum. You can hear it in the lineouts. Even the 9 is getting in, trying to disrupt Foster on that throw-in. Emotions are high.
Huge hit from both sides there.
Cappilano goes down.
Scrum does collapse, but that's okay. Reese James gathers, bumps one off him. He gets away. He's through. He's got support outside. Oh, just bobbles the pass. Alex Mentaply is able to maintain control. Reese James is down. Now Gibson gives to Kingham. Kingham to Nitarangu.
With this field position, hopefully Westshore recognizes to play around the injured player to keep play live. And the ref
is just
no.
going to stop the clock here. Reese James really down and injured.
Even when he's hurt, though, you can see it in him. He's trying to get out of the way. He's trying to allow his team to play. He's a great team player through and through.
Reese James does look like he's back on his feet. Not quite sure what happened to him there, but he did look. Will continue on in this game.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug. It will keep you fighting. Setting up here for a scrum to
inside Cappilano 22. It's real attacking opportunity Westshore has had in quite some time here. I'm sure back in front. Cappilano leading
14-12.
Now stays stable. Reese James off the injury. Gives to Luch, who just bobbles the ball. Favor of Cappilano for a knock-on.
Right outside their goalposts, inside that platform for their backs. Cappilano's backline split left and right, 3 and 3, presenting attacking options both direct.
Not sure he meant to kick it quite so short.
Kick to a 10-meter kick.
So Westshore get the ball back. Early lift. Ref's just going to blow his whistle.
Westshore's ability in this lineout has been speed. Now that they're forced to slow down, it might be a bit more difficult.
Meyer gives to a Luch. A Luch gives to Oyu. Oyu finds some space on the outside. He's got Menti on one side. Goes himself. Now Abu El Naj goes. Gets smacked by Cappilano. Great tackle there from the men in yellow. Other way, says Gibson. Do to James. James trying to break 3. Lots of chatter from Westshore. McGuire out to Sajanovic. Gives to Parrott. Parrott steps back inside. Just elects for contact. Gets shunted forward by his teammates. Stays short side. El Naj to McGuire. Late shot on Abu El Naj. He is down. Ruck looks messy. Cappilano says they've stolen the ball. Westshore able to maintain control. Sajanovic goes in for contact, supported by Parrott. And we will just go to the knock-on in the corner by Cappilano.
Cappilano looking even more emotional. Arms are getting thrown up. They're chatting, politely is a good way to put it, to the ref just about, why the ball isn't going their way. Why not this turnover? Why not that? And Westshore is just playing their own game now.
So Westshore will have a scrum 5 meters out from the Cappilano line. Trying to get the go-ahead try here with just
25 minutes to go.
25 minutes to go in this game. Lots of rugby left to play. Tight contest. Cappilano, number 3 in the table. Westshore, number 4. McGuire goes himself. He's through. Great work from Taylor McGuire to get the go-ahead try for the Valhallians. Off an extended attacking pressure.
I think that was almost 30 to 40 minutes of just no tries there from the end of that first half to this second half. It was a tight back and forth, but McGuire does break that,
So
bringing the lead from 17 to 14 for Westshore.
McGuire will have his second try of the day. James scoring that early one for the Valhallians. He will have his 3rd attempt at the conversion. No problem with that one, says Reese James, and he will push the lead 19 to 14 now.
It is still a one-try game. A 5-point differential means it can go either way very quickly.
Another substitution for the Valhallians. Nathan Gronwald has stepped onto the pitch after taking about a season off with a bicep injury. Drew Belbin, also the all-star for the Division I men's team, is on the field. Jansen puts the ball up. Nitarangu is under it. No problem. He just carries, gets brought down right away. Foster Dewitt set up in the one position. He just goes straight into contact, not scared at all. Back to McGuire. McGuire puts it in the air, not out though. Jansen is there to collect. He gives out to Taylor. Taylor goes to the air the other way. Drew Belbin is back chasing, and that one will bounce into the 22 for a 50-22 for Cappilano.
Great identity there from Cappilano's back line to recognize the opportunity. 50-22 being if you kick from your own half to the opposition's half and bouncing it out into their 22 means you get the line out. A relatively newer rule, all things considered.
To the front, says Cappilano, disrupted by Carl Hunger, but Bossy is able to get it. He almost finds a gap there, gives the offload off the deck to Shagan. Now out to Wiedner. Wiedner rumbling through. Cappilano 5 meters out from the try line. Pick and go. Joe Kingham is there to push him back. Now the other way to the sideline. Wise has it, tries to dance past Mentaply, but does not get through. So the other way, Wiedner again. Quick pass. Now the pick and go. Nitarangu again on the tackle.
Showing once again this is a forward heavy match.
Setting up the pick and go. Cappilano goes short side. Carl Hunger is there on the tackle. They go quick off that ruck. It bounces out. Drew Belbin just a little high on that tackle. Ends up with the advantage for Cappilano. And we'll have a penalty for Cappilano RFC.
Showing that they're going to that high tackle advantage. Cappilano is making no grounds, no attempt to score.
And they will just look for the quick tap. Wiedner.
The ref is marching Westshore back, making sure everybody's onside.
Quick tap. Nitarangu is right there on Wiedner, stops him. And
the penalty is
great
reverted.
work from the Westshore defense to reverse that ball the other way. Cappilano very unhappy with the decision.
Both just looking like Jansen by himself, chatting to the ref about a 3-point stance. You are allowed to be on all fours in defense as long as your hands are behind the offside line.
So James will go to the sideline and put a little more distance between his team and the goal line.
Cappilano looking to go quick. You can hear it in their chatter, but the ref is chatting, making sure that the spacing is correct, slowing that lineout down just a little bit.
Couple more substitutions in the forward pack for Westshore. Matt Weir and Charles Tymani come on now. They go to the back. Carroll, no problem. McGuire finds James. James just gets through that tackle. He finds some space on the outside. Couple of the beat. He puts it to the air. Nelson Oyu is chasing back. Wise for Cappilano is there to collect.
Wrapped him
Gets
up.
brought down right
Great
away.
work.
Nelson Oyu is there. Does not get the steal, so Cappilano will maintain control, and Jansen breaks through, finds a guy on the outside. Now the ball's going the other way. Kingham with the little tackle there.
And the ref stops
And
the
it's
play.
a knock-on advantage for Westshore.
brilliant phase of play. Being able to go from your own end, kick it out on that penalty that you're lucky to get. Amazing strike piece from that lineout. James just sheds a tackle.
I
Hurts the boot
believe
for the ball.
I believe that was actually a forward pass by Cappilano in that breakout run. Unlucky for Cappilano RFC, but very lucky for the Valhallians. Charles Taimani now playing 8. Sajanovic off the field. 17 minutes to go in this game. Westshore just trying to maintain that lead. McGuire just goes himself, runs it in. Gibson tries to dart through, doesn't find a hole. McGuire's down. Doesn't look too happy. Carl Hunger goes quick, trying to get his opposite 4 off of him. Now Taimani gives the quick pass. Nelson Oyu, just a
forward pass.
Slight forward pass there.
It is always hard to do with one of those tip passes. I mean, you're not even holding on to the ball. You're just basically touching it to continue it on. And we've seen it a few times in this game, and I think every time we've seen a tip pass, it's been forward.
With open play going so fast for both teams, those small little mistakes can really kill momentum.
Cappilano's scrum here with the put-in. Westshore with a few new faces in their pack. I think they're eager to try to maintain that early strength that they had. Cappilano probably just looking to get it out.
Big scrum from Westshore trying to get that ball back to their side. Cappilano able to get it out, and it ends up going the other way now. Extended pressure and phases inside Cappilano's half here.
It is starting to look like the game is going Westshore's way more and more with each play. Time is off. Captain at Kane Parrott is down, looking like he's getting a retape on a quad injury. Cappilano's set piece not as confident. Westshore likely eager to just maintain that dominance they've had in those past scrums. Another substitution. Jimmy is on, and the number 15. Jimmy Wilson Bishop is on at number 15 jersey, looking like he's slotting at outside center.
Coach Aaron Frisbee for the Valhallians not afraid to use his whole bench here today. He's got trust in each and every one of these men to get the job done and put Westshore into a top 3 position on the table with only a couple weeks left in the competition before the winter break. Time back on from the referee. We will set up with a Westshore scrum on Cappilano's 22.
Strong call from both packs. You can hear it on the sidelines.
James will collect off the scrum. Just goes himself, throwing guys off of him. That was some great contact from Reese James. Now Taimani will get in the way and just knock it on.
Unfortunate bobble there. It looked like the ball was going to McGuire, and Taimani just decided it was his.
Bit of miscommunication between the starters and the replacements there. And this will be the 3rd scrum in a row, the Cappilano 22.
Not a terrible for Westshore. It does suck to lose the ball, but just soaking up with scrum after scrum is a valid strategy when you're in the lead.
Cappilano split again 3-3. Ball.
Westshore holding them at their own 20.
The referee, Nathan Groenwald, on the tackle. Now Jansen finds some help outside. Big tackle from Oyu there.
Cappilano.
Now, bouncing off tackles. Oh, just
Lost in the
fumbles
contact.
the ball. Kingham. Back on the 22.
I mean, 3 scrums. This is the 4th scrum on the 22. That was the first ended phase of play that we saw. And Cappilano's just struggling to maintain. It looks like they were hoping to maybe find a good solid ruck that they could kick from. But alas, West footing.
Now Westshore's turn to set up 3-3 in the back line. Reese James on the right, Taylor McGuire on the left.
Oh, Cappilano looking like they're going in early. Westshore's front row going, what is this? We're getting to less than 15 minutes here, maybe even 13 with stoppage.
Now the feed from Gibson.
Another strong push.
They go left to McGuire. McGuire almost finds a gap, just gets brought down at the last second. Cappilano trying to steal that ball back. Now Ty Manny goes in. Hunger is there to support. Cappilano saying they got the steal, but no. So now Kingham goes in. Just gets stopped in his track by Cappilano. Now Parrott gives out the back to Wilson Bishop. Drew Belbin finds some space, tries to get away from Wiedner, gives it to Mentaply. Mentaply goes in now, resets. Foster on the move, gets brought down. So now Kingham again. Kingham sheds one tackle.
And another.
He will finally get brought down. This game has just come to a stalemate by Cappilano's 22. Foster Dewitt looked like he was given the offload, just runs back the other way. Gibson digging for the ball, has Hunger outside. He just goes in. Now the other way, Groenwald runs himself. One-up runners from the Valhallians. Trying to tire out the defense. Back to Hunger. Hunger looks like he's going out the back. No, just goes in. Kingham on the clear out. The ball pops out, but it's going to be a penalty advantage for Westshore.
Hands in the ruck. Westshore support is so rapid and quick. The ruck is set so that that guy who may have thought he had an attempt on the jackal was actually part of that ruck.
And Reese James is going to elect to go for the kick right in front of the posts. That will push them to a 22-14 lead, which will, of course, give Cappilano a 2-score deficit.
Cappilano looking a little disheveled. They've got 5 players down on their knees. One of them may be a cramp or an injury. The other's sore, tired, tying a shoelace, whatever it is. And you can't fault them. They just did about 15 minutes on defense in their 22.
I believe time is off with the player down for Cappilano.
The ref is requesting the injured player to move so that Reese James can have his full 90 seconds unobstructed to attempt his kick.
Time back on. Reese James just kicks it through, no problem. So he will add 3 points to Westshore's scoreline. And now Cappilano is behind
8 points, requiring a converted try and then some to be able to get back into a winning position.
Great use of strategy there from the Valhallians to recognize where they are at on the scoreboard.
They soaked Cappilano's energy. They got stuck in, and they weren't getting anything. So when the opportunity presented, they took their points.
Now, Chip will collect, tries to go for the kick, but pressures on him right away. So Gibson will go back to McGuire. McGuire will just go up in the air in the middle, finds a gap in the backline defense. So now Taylor goes for a run, tries to get through. Taimani is there on the tackle, out to Bossy. Bossy to Jansen. Jansen runs back against the grain. Matt Weir's on the steal. Kane Parrott is there, gets the ball away, and Westshore turns it over now. Reese James with the quick pickup. Gives to Oyu. Oyu gets tackled, and the ball spills out the other way, so we're going to have a Cappilano scrum. Great attacking opportunity, just floundered by that ball spilling out. But with just over 8 minutes left to play, not a bad thing to have a scrum to eat up some of that clock.
Tough position to be in as Cappilano. They had that opportunity. You could see their tenacity. They wanted to go quick. They had that pace. And Kane Parrott just said, no, it's my ball. Westshore's go. Another substitution from Westshore. We have a new prop in, Bobby
McKay
stepping in.
Absolute legend of a club guy, moved out to Victoria to continue his practice. Now Wise on the short side gets brought down. Jimmy Wilson Bishop trying to fight the scrum. Carroll on the tackle just gets his ankle. Quick pick and go from the 8-man for Cappilano. Gets brought down by Carroll again. Now Jansen outside to the short ball. That was Hees who went in.
Cappilano
Now
is just
King
flooding their ruck.
trying to maintain control and put some pressure back on this scoreboard. Taylor just goes in, gets brought down by 2. Hickey with the carry. Now Bossy goes in. Matt Weir tackles him. Jansen tries to dance through. Charles Taimani there on the steal. Does not get it. They go short side on the pick and go. Now outside to Hickey again. Hickey, double tackle from the Valhallians. Great work there. 6 minutes to go in this game. Extended pressure from Cappilano. Big counter ruck by Westshore. Matt Weir picks up the ball. Great work by Matt Weir to jump on that. And we'll go to the short side. Gibson goes to the air.
Stays in.
And that ball, unfortunately, just goes
not.
straight out. Just a little too much pepper on that kick. Good option, though, from Peyton Gibson.
Great recognition. You know, when you get that turnover, you got to make a decision quick. Sometimes it doesn't always go the way you want, but it's the fact that you made it and you stuck to your guns. Time is off for an injured player.
Cappilano's starting lock, Hickey, is down. Looks like they already have the sub on the field for him. He's had a great shift today. Some absolutely terrific rumbles and carries from him.
Bodies are beat. We've got less than just over 5 minutes here to go. And people are dropping.
Valhallians discussing their strategy to keep Cappilano out of the end zone.
And that's really all they need to do right now. They don't care about scoring extra. I mean, another try would be nice, but the fact of the matter is you are in the lead. You just got to keep Cappilano away from a scoring opportunity. Time is back. Injury not as serious as we might have thought.
Westshore is ready to go on the Cappilano lineout.
Cappilano is not set yet.
Hickey stays on the field. Excuse me. I thought he had head off, but no. He will stay in. He's in the middle position of the lineout with Wiedner in front.
He is
Trick play. He goes to the middle. He does get it, but it just bobbles out. No problem backwards.
Hickey is a vital part of that lineout. It makes sense why he'd want to stay on for the final 5 in this tight of a match.
A wry ball just goes to nobody, but Kingy is able to pick it up. He goes in, tackled by Peyton Gibson. Bit of a scuffle going on behind the play there. Nelson Oyu involved in something. One Cappilano guy down. Cappilano with the ball on the short side. Gets brought down by Gronwald. Now Bolton goes in. Reese James almost gets the steal, but no. Shagan carries. Goes out to Jansen. Another Cappilano player down. Shagan. Penalty for Cappilano.
Hands on the ground. In that rack, you've got to support your own weight. You cannot get quadrupedal.
Interesting decision here for the Cappilano captain right in front of the Westshore goalposts. If he puts 3 on the board, they will be within a score with time still on the clock. But if they go to the corner, they might be able to get 7 points out of this.
It is a tough decision, a hard one to make. But the tee is on the field, so that means they must kick.
Looks like they will do the kick. Jansen's setting up. If this one goes through, that'll put the score at 22-17. With Westshore still in the lead, under 5 minutes on the clock. This is a tight contest. Shagan looks like he's all right. And the kick will go through from Jansen.
A tight 5-point differential here. Westshore is in the lead, but they are now hoping to lengthen that.
A converted try from Cappilano will win them the game, and a strong defensive effort from Westshore will see them coming away with a W.
With this score line and the position in the match, looking to go deep.
3 minutes to go on the clock. Cappilano gathers the reset. Big run from Tuigli.
The ruck is blowing up. Absolutely crazy in there.
Bob McKay able to get that one down. Cappilano picking and going. Leaks there. Short side. Big ball inside. He just drops it. And it's going to be a knock-on advantage for Westshore. They're going to end up with the ball. Hunger goes out the back to Gibson. Gibson finds James. James has a bit of space outside. He gives a quick pop inside. Wilson Bishop. Oh! And touched it down first, but no, the referee says it's just going to be a goal line out. This is great positioning for the Valhallians with just under 2 minutes to go.
Kick out.
Goal line dropout.
A boot on ball.
It's ball's in the air. Carl Hunger.
West
Payne now in the scrum half position. Foster Dewitt carries. Payne again finds Gronwald. Gronwald goes to James. James finds Parrott. And Parrott goes out to Lindy. James is down again. He's been hit a few times this game.
Contention for man of the match, in my opinion. He is putting his body through a grinder.
Cappilano again thought they had the steal there. Foster Dewitt gets the ball off the ruck. Now they go the other way. Ty Manny. Valhallians just trying to eat up some of the clock here. Just going back and forth.
Great identification on the strategy.
That is a messy ruck, it looks like. Gibson kicks it out.
And
that's full time.
Well
Apologies
done.
for our clock being a little bit behind, but Westshore nonetheless will come away with a 22-17 win.
An absolute nail biter. You can see the passion on both teams. We've got some heads and some hands. We've got some cheers going on. Rugby is, after all, an emotional team sport. Both teams tried their absolute hardest today, and it was a well-fought match going Westshore's direction.
Great work from the Valhallians to get up on top of. Will come away with some points here today, but West on top, and I believe that will put them into the other matches in the competition today.
Once again, thanks to our sponsors for making this available. It was a lovely game. 2 games today. Just a lovely day at Westshore in Colwood, British Columbia. Excited to see this post-match, to see how the teams determine the best forward and best back of each team. There is many players in contention for that position.
Next week, only one home game with the Division I men's team playing the Nanaimo Hornets here at Westshore Parks and Recreation. The Premier men will be away at UVic, and the Premier playing the UBC Old Boys Ravens Women's Premier team. Thank you to everybody for tuning in today, and congratulations to Westshore on their dominant win.